All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Anime Bros. We're going to be talking about Kuroko's basketball on this one. We actually got special guest Rob. He's from the Ignorant Entrepreneur channel on YouTube. Go check him out. But today he is here to debate some Kuroko's basketball. He actually was the one that recommended this one.
Link in the description.
uh,
We'll put a link in the description.
I actually really like this one. I had actually never watched a sports anime before. I mean, it starts off like, they just introduce the cast, but then there's two pretty good tournaments that take place throughout the show. The main characters are like middle school prodigies, and they're coming up and playing high school ball now, but they're all on different teams, so they kind of got to go after each other, go for the kill. But which character did you like, Rob?
Yeah, no, I feel like the dynamic of the show where you got these five players, they each have their own special skills and they're coming out and playing for a different high school. They're all trying to compete for who has the best style of basketball. And so when I look at that, I'm always gravitated because I watch basketball in real life. I always gravitate towards the most talented guy. So if it was Kobe when he was out, if it's LeBron now, dominated 19 seasons. So I got to go with my guy, Aomine, at the top spot. Aomine is at the top for me. The dude is just crazy. I seen the man come up on, like, falling out of bounds, throw it up around his head, somehow still made it. I mean, what are you going to do? And the second's got to be Kisei, because Kisei, we've seen the copycat ninja at work.
He's like the
my boy,
Shang Tsung of the show. If you go to like Mortal Kombat, he's like Shang Tsung. He's just copying everyone's
does
moves.
it all. He's Kirby, he just he does it all. And then you got Midorima, who became like, I loved to see how, because he changed the most out of the generation of miracles, in my opinion. This dude had no emotion, like he had no love for the game. Then he got his ass beat. And after that, he started to smile in games. He started to trust in his teammates. He started to take on the Kuroko's basketball. So low key, Midorima is like one of my favorites, but that's me.
I think he liked basketball more than Murasakibara did.
Mura Sakabara was he's probably my least favorite, I'd probably say.
What
five.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I would say out of the Generation of Miracles, Murasaka Sukabaro, however you pronounce his name, was my least favorite out of those. But as far as my favorite characters, Kuroko number one.
He probably changed. He probably
like,
changed the most, I would say.
Yeah, he did change throughout the show. I think we had a lot of similar characteristics, and I related to him the most out of the show.
So you're the Kuroko of our group.
What's up?
You're the Kuroko of our group.
Exactly. Second, Midorima. I feel like he grew throughout the show. He definitely changed. I thought he was cool at the beginning, but I just like his attitude, and I kind of like his little quirky lucky item of the day. Yeah, I really thought they were setting it up for someone to break his lucky item, and that's why he was going to lose the game. I'm surprised the show didn't go that route. And then third, I have a tie between Kisei and Aomine. It's kind of like a toss-up. I really enjoyed both those characters. Aomine for dominating all his games and then showing everybody what's up. And Kisei was just like an all-around good dude. There was really no, like, he didn't have any negative characteristics about his personality. And then just sitting in the top five is my dude Akashi back here. Yeah. He didn't get enough screen time for me to put him in the top three.
I tried to respect your list, but you put Kuroko number one.
Bro, he's the best character in the show.
Your list is already discredited. That's number one.
Number best character in the show.
I like Kuroko. I put him in the top five probably. I don't think he made my top three, but
he's a waste of space in my opinion. He's like he shouldn't even be in the top six. Like he should be out of the lineup completely.
He did what he had to do. Half of those wins was him giving it his all in that tournament.
Rob didn't even include him in the synopsis. He said you got these five players going to different high schools. He's like, he didn't even include.
I really didn't like. He was fun, like as a meme. Like I looked at him as a meme character. Like he was good for comic relief
on the court. They forget about him on the court, and then he just makes you pay.
Exactly. But I'm thinking like. And I'm thinking like a basketball player. I'm like, yeah, okay. After you know that he's got like no presence, like you got to put him on the scouting report. All right. So I don't know. He didn't really have a lot of personality for me. I mean, it was cool. He definitely helped out the team, but if I'm looking at the other generation of Miracle members, I'm in awe at every single one of their abilities. I think Akashi actually uh, underdelivered, but other than that, I was pretty impressed with the generation of Miracles.
I liked Kurko's like his relationship with Aomine. I thought that was cool. Like he was
Okay,
like he was trying to like motivate him to like continue to get better because he had pretty much given up on trying to improve.
it was a decent dynamic. Yeah.
And then he pretty much I feel like he replaced Iamine with Kagami. Like he's like, all right, if Iamine doesn't want to receive my passes anymore, I'll just dish it to Kagami and make him the best player.
It was cool to see them beat Aomine and kind of finally see him like because he's on that. The only one who could beat me is me.
I thought that was dope. He was like, yeah, but he dominated, and then he was like
Bro,
walking up the
go to
court.
the U.S.
Yeah, yeah,
See me.
I thought he had like the best lines on the court because I forget exactly what happened, but like Kagami or someone was doing something, and he's like, if you got time to think about that, you should be coming at me like you want to kill me. I think he said that. It was either him or Kisei, but he was like,
I feel like he had the best dialogue during the games.
yeah. And
What's that?
he just dominated Kisei. So I think I actually put him above Kisei because of that. They went at it one on one, and he got the best of him.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to see Kisei copy his moves, and then even more so when you see Kisei copy all five of the generation of miracles. He's using all their moves in the game because at that point, before that game, you're like, before he played Aomine, it was kind of stated that he couldn't copy the generation of miracles. So when he did that game, and they were kind of alluding to, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. They started going basket for basket. That was probably one of my like I think we're going to talk about favorite games, and that has got to be in the top 3. If that's not in the top 3, you didn't watch the show. That's number 1.
When they played Serene?
No. When they played Aomine.
Okay, yeah. I definitely I think I have that as my number 1.
Yeah,
that was the first. That was the first thing I went to. Yeah, that was the first match I went to after I finished the show because we were waiting on Chris to finish the show. I powered through this. This actually might be my favorite anime. I was a really big fan, so I powered through this. Yeah, so I powered through it, and then I'm like, all right, I got to wait on Chris. What do I want to do? I just actually went back and like started rewatching episodes. It's like the only anime where I've like watched it all the way through and then immediately went back and started watching episodes. And that was the first match I pulled up was Kisei versus Iamine. I was like, I gotta watch that again.
No, you're absolutely right. Like when I watched this is when it first like came out. They were only up to season 2, so I was just stuck in limbo for this whole time. And then me, Christian, and Jermaine, we watched it recently, and I was like, man, this is fire. And so I just powered through it just like you.
Easy binge watchable anime. No complaints about that.
You didn't have that matchup as number 1 though. Which one did you have for Chris?
What's up?
Which match did you have number 1?
So I had Shotoku versus Rakuzen. There was just something about that game where Minarime had his moment. He's like, damn, there's nothing I can do. And they're like, all right, this is the last thing we have to try. And then him just like being able to shoot in his form in the middle of it, for some reason, it just stood out to me.
Just in midair, he's catching those passes and draining the threes.
And I think, if I'm correct, wasn't that the first game we saw Akashi's ability?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was his first match was him just kind of wrecking that team.
Yeah, I always want to know what this dude's ability was, and then when they pulled it out, I was like, well, shit, you can't beat that. This dude he basically sees the future on the court. So that also made it number 1 for me because I was like, for most of the series, I want to know why this dude was a captain, and they never showed any gameplay of this dude. And I finally got to see that, and I was impressed.
I have a theory. I thought it because his ability was lame. I thought it was sorry, in my opinion. I was like, everybody else's ability is like somewhat realistic. And then he comes in there like, I can use the Sharingan to put them in a Genjutsu before I cross them up every time.
Dude, he had he had the best crossovers.
He really did. I mean, 100%. If you have 100% success on every crossover you do, what can you do about that?
I mean, there was like you said, build up for his ability. He's got one eye color that's red, one orange. I just wasn't too impressed with his abilities. When I saw Kisei being able to copy everybody, I was like, damn. When I saw Midorima be able to shoot from anywhere on the court with 100% accuracy, dudes never missed a shot. I'm like, whoa. When I see
You forgot about his
stuff that I
boy.
never even imagined.
You forgot about Midorima's boy who was dishing him the passes. I was trying to talk to you about Takao, and you like didn't remember who he was.
Yeah, he was the dude with the not the hawk vision, but the
Eagle eye.
I don't even know what they call
No,
it.
no,
Eagle
yeah.
eye.
No, that was the guy
No.
on Seireed. He had the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, Hawkeye. He had Hawkeye ability. He's able to see everything on the court. I mean, he's all right. Yeah, forgettable characters though.
He stood out to me. I also in that match that Chris was talking about, they actually like went through the backstory of some of the other Shitoku players, and they actually talked about their captain. I thought his backstory was kind of cool. They just showed him like shooting late, staying late in the gym, and then they were clowning on Midorima. They're like, that guy's your weakest link. He's holding you down. And then like the very next play, Midorima like dishes him the ball, and he like gets a nice shot, and he's like, "There's no one on this team that holds me back."
I did like the backstory that they have for them.
I Midorima is probably like in terms of character development, my favorite character. In terms of just who I enjoyed watching the most, that's when I say Aomine and Kisei.
When I was rewatching it, I did like Midorima because I feel like when they were showing the Takeo middle school days, I feel like I liked his role the best on that team because everyone's starting to get like disinterested in basketball. They're all like competing with each other, playing little games against the other teams. They're like, oh, we got to get 20 points a game. We got this quota now. And he's like, I don't care about any of this. I just want to do what I need to do to win.
And so he made very straightforward, straight arrow. He didn't play no games at the beginning.
Yeah.
Matt, I just realized when you were talking, it looks like you have like cat ears or mouse ears.
Because my headset.
No, it's because like you got the background, but inside of your headphones, it's just like this white area.
Yeah.
You see that, Chris?
Yeah. Well, you guys got to clown on me a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's cute. It's a good Halloween costume.
A day late, but still celebrating.
Word.
What did you think of the Yozen match? Because Tatsuya is actually who I picked as my favorite character.
Tatsuya, he all right, man. He's
just the best an ordinary man can be. that's how they described him because he couldn't enter the zone, and then Aomine's like, yeah, he's good. He's the best an ordinary man could be, but he's no prodigy.
Yeah, just a little bit of shade. It wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it, but
he had the most graceful form. He his drives and crossovers, they were like very elegant, and then he just had that mirage shot. I liked his style, and I also liked his rivalry with Kagami. He's like, Kagami's been better than me, and I'm really jealous of him, and he's no longer my brother because I got to cut that bond if I want to beat him.
Bruh, come out here like Sasuke head ass. No reason. He did the same thing to his mentor too. I think I said something about that. He just comes out the cut and tells his mentor he's stronger than her. And I'm like, bro, there's no reason.
He had victory on his mind. He's like, I need to cut all distractions if I'm going to beat Kagami. Unfortunately,
what's up?
I was going to say, unfortunately, he didn't get it done. I think if Murasakibara was playing offense the whole game, I think they actually would have won.
He would have been tough to stop on offense.
Yeah, that was dumb. My man was sitting in the. That's part of the reason why he's also like my least favorite. He's sitting back on defense, just like, what are you doing, dog? Nobody plays like that.
They didn't need him. I was like, do they not have defensive 3 seconds in the paint, or because he literally did not move from that spot for like half the game or most of the game.
They might not have it. In high school.
The 3 seconds thing is only NBA. You can camp in the paint in high school and college.
That's why he was dominant. And they didn't need him because Tatsuya was, dude, he was pulling up on people. He was driving, and then they thought he was going to drive to the basket, and he would just pull up and shoot the jump shot. And they're like, how did he do that so smoothly?
I mean, in any situation, 4-on-5 on offense is a disadvantage, no matter how good that guy is.
The Mirage shot was working in the first half, and then Kagami figured it out. But that was probably my I definitely have that match in my top 3, though. I did like it. I know you guys are hating on Murasaka Bara, but I did like how Tatsuya just came and punched him in the face. He's like, yo, I need you to win this game. They're working together. I can't have you quitting out here on me. I want to win this
Wait,
game, and you're
wait,
talking about quitting.
wait. When you say Tatsuya, Tatsuya's
Himuro,
not
the Mirage shot guy.
Himura.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, because Tatsuya, I thought he's like
no,
Kuroko. Tatsuya
Tetsu.
Tetsu.
I'll call him
Okay.
Himuro then. Yeah, but
See, I've been using
Okay, I
these
was
people's
throwing out.
first names and everybody else using last names.
I just using them how they called. I actually watched this in sub. The sub was
Oh,
good.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, I mean,
That match
I
was
wasn't.
definitely outside my top five.
What's up?
That match was definitely outside my top five.
Well, I mean,
I agree with
it had my favorite character in it, so I had to put it up there.
So Himuro is your favorite character.
Yeah, I like his mirage shot. I like how smooth he is driving to the basket, and they
Oh,
put
okay. I got you. I got you.
I
Nah,
told him if he was in the
he
anime,
was
he would
okay.
be Himuro.
they were saying he's the best an ordinary man can be. He wasn't he wasn't on the Generation of Miracles level. I mean, it's like he's good. He could be the best.
Gave off that energy. Yeah, no, my favorite part of that battle was clearly when Kagami awakened the like in the zone, and he starts going in. And I think there was one moment he did a meteor shot against Murasaka Bara, and he
Yeah.
finally awakened himself.
I
I
actually
was
wrote
like,
it.
damn.
That was the last basket of the game. He made the
Yeah,
meteor
that was
jam,
wild.
and
Meteor
then
Jam.
yeah, but then
Came out there like Blake Griffin.
I wrote it down. Murasaka Bara, he sprints the other way. He's gonna get the last shot, and then Kuroko comes up and swats his shit. I was like, damn,
Boom,
dude, Kuroko on
Kuriko
defense
making the
for the
play of the
win.
game.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
swatted
did
it.
what he
yeah.
needed to do to get the dub.
Yeah, if no, everybody else like got caught off guard except for Kuroko. If he wasn't down there, then Murasaka Bara wins the game.
I mean, I'm not
Kuroko's
gonna lie. Maybe he can like vanish, like actually, because I forget him after the show. He's not like when I reflect back onto the show, I'm not even thinking about Kuroko. I'm thinking about Aomine. I clearly like I may have not watched the show for like 5 years before I rewatched it with Chris and Jay, and I kind of forgot about Kuroko. The show is called Kuroko's Basketball, but I'm not even really thinking about him like that.
yeah, I mean,
Kuriko,
I have him outside my top five, so or
Which
outside
kind
my
of begs
top
the
three.
question: what what is Kuroko's basketball? Like what do
it's
we
about a
actually
dude.
define as Kuroko's basketball?
Oh, it's about a dude who sat on and said, you know what? In order to win at basketball, you have to play as a team. And this is what goes into that. And he showed him doing it his way.
But
We
I
all
would say
lost.
that I would say Akashi played as a team, like with his team. Like I didn't see him dominate and just take every shot like the Generation of Miracles per se.
They didn't have the best player though.
That is true.
I feel like because they actually Akashi when he started playing with his team, he
Mhm.
elevated everybody else's game. Like they all went in the zone. He got all of them in the zone. He like
that was crazy.
he raised the level of the team. He raised their skill level.
But
But
that's what I'm saying. Like he played team basketball.
but when Kagami did it, his teammates actually raised his level. Like Akashi made everybody else better, but they didn't necessarily make him better. When Kagami went into that super zone, like Kuroko elevated him to a level where no one could even guard him.
Power of teamwork.
So you guys are saying Kuroko's basketball is Akashi's basketball, but just with a higher synchronization
Yeah,
of the in the zone.
they just executed it better, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe it's because Kuroko was on that team. He elevated Kagami to that level. Maybe if Akashi was or maybe if Aomine was playing with him, he could have opened up that last door. So maybe Kuroko was that missing piece because he's like Kuroko's the ultimate team player. He puts the team above himself, which I guess Akashi was doing that too. But I mean,
I don't know.
That's Kuroko's like skill. Like his he's an asset out there because he's making everybody else better.
And on Akashi, when that dude messed up in the game, he was like, "Oh no, you can still stay on the court." And he basically was like, yeah, you're worthless, but I'm going to use you until you're nothing else. I'm going to use you as a distraction while I do what I need to do. So he kind of threw his teammate under the bus during that game.
That was like the Emperor
Yeah.
Akashi, but I see what Rob's saying. Like they were pretty similar.
No, I'd actually disagree with you guys. I think Kuroko's basketball is not so much the teamwork. I think it's sort of the mentality of the players, kind of, in a sense, having fun, but kind of more than that, being on the same page as far as we're here together trying to win together more so than we're kind of just going to do our own individual thing, or we're just going to follow whatever this man tells us, which was Akashi situation where he's just kind of dictating more so than sort of the decentralized way that Serene was playing, if you want to think about it like that.
I feel like Akashi's teammates weren't necessarily making him better. Like he elevated their game. He got them all in the zone by giving them those great passes. But I can't remember if they were like dishing the ball back to him or setting up Akashi. Whereas when Kuroko was doing it on his team on Serene, they were all on the same page that like everything's got to go through Kagami, and then Kagami will find us if he doesn't have it.
Well, it's a difference of position too. You got to think about that. Like Kuroko is not the point guard. Akashi's the point guard.
They always had him as a question mark whenever they
that was so
did
funny.
the show split, like when it would come back. They'd have like the little pop up showing what everyone's position was. He always had the question marks.
He didn't.
He was, I guess he was a positionless player. He was for the team.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, my thoughts about Kuroko's basketball is pre the generation of miracles really breaking out into their talents. Like if you imagine that flashback of what they were before when everything was golden, that's kind of Kuroko's basketball in my mind. That's
like that first season of middle school.
Like when they go into the flashback of, when Tetsu joined the Generation of Miracles and they're first playing together, and Aomine is having a good time. He's not like, I guess people aren't giving up when they're playing against them. Before the Generation of Miracles recognize their like true ability.
Yeah.
And I think he was trying to get back to that and show them that so that they could get back together. I think that was his intention in winning.
No, I can agree with both of you. I definitely think it's about having fun, but I think that also, I mean, that comes as working together as a team and just being completely in sync. That's probably the most fun you could have on a basketball court.
Yeah. Now, I also want to rag on the show. Can I rag on the show?
I mean, you can try.
I'm down for it.
The relationships was completely like useless. Like I didn't need to know that the pink-haired girl had a crush on Tetsu. That did nothing for the show.
I liked Momoi. She was some good comedy relief.
Yeah, she was.
And it was funny that she liked Kuroko out of every guy in the show. She liked him the most. That was also just pretty funny.
She was one disloyal move away from being Sakura 2.0.
No, she had a
who's she gonna ditch Kuroko for?
Aomine.
They were like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
She like wasn't about him. They were like,
I think she high key actually likes Aomine.
It's like a brother sister thing. Like,
I didn't get that vibe.
But no, I get where Matt's coming from, but there's something there.
I mean, they're not related, so it could change at any moment.
Yeah, no, it's like that. It's definitely like that because I think Tetsu's never going to end up with the pink girl. I think Aomine,
if he tried, neither of them tried.
I've seen this trope a million times in anime. It's the classic girl likes the guy knows that, like in the few instances where it happens where the guy knows the girl likes him, but he's just like so disinterested from her. Like, dude, it's never gonna happen.
He doesn't view her like
Trust
that.
Me, no, he doesn't view her like that.
To me, it was the scenes where Aomine was on top of the school and then like Moi would like come and get him. Like I felt like those scenes kind of gave like a little bit more to their relationship.
He called her ugly at one point, and then she like slapped him and called him a jerk, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go like make up with her."
Exactly.
That's how you know there's something there. Like Tetsu's like the guy, like the safe option, but she didn't want the safe option. We know it is what it is.
They knew each other since they were children, so I feel like they have a connection because of that. She's known Aomine the longest.
Yeah,
They go the furthest back.
I just know if Kuroko would have like even hinted that he was interested in the pink hair girl or Momoi, she would have turned away. She would have turned around. I think
she liked his dedication to his craft. He's like out here working every day. She respected the work he was putting in.
This is how trash. This is how you know the relationship didn't mean anything. She liked him because he gave her a popsicle stick.
That is true.
That's the reason she liked. See, you didn't even remember that detail. Why? Because it was insignificant. It brought nothing to the show. Like she could have liked Kagami, and I probably would have been more interesting. Like, Kagami's the guy who's going to knock the generation of miracles off their spot. Let me go with that guy.
I think fire under Aomine.
I think Kuroko
he knew Kuroko wasn't a challenge.
What's that?
I think Kuroko stands out the most out of like the generation of miracle. He's like the most different out of the six of them.
Stop it, Matt. Cut it.
I like that.
You ain't gonna tell me Kuroko stands out above anybody in the generation of miracles.
No, because
I ain't gonna hear it.
They're all like top.
You're lying.
Top. I mean, they're all top class, and then Kuroko's got to do it a different way, but he still earns everyone's respect. They all respect Kuroko. You might be over here disrespecting him, saying he's insignificant, forgettable. The other five respect him. He won the whole thing. He won the game,
with the exception of Kisei, who respects him.
Maybe Aomine gave him the fist bump at the end.
Yeah, and then Murasaka Bara.
Aomine didn't give him the fist bump when they played. I think Aomine made a dope play back in the past. Kuroko extends his hand out. This anybody who plays basketball, you know that when a dude extends his hand out because you just made a dope play, you ignore him. Ultimate disrespect.
Mm-hmm. He was disrespecting everybody though. It wasn't just Kuroko. I actually like that. I actually like that captain that recruited him because he was like, yeah, we don't even want you if you're not going to be the best. And that like got under his skin. He's like, but if you're ready to come like dominate at our school, we'll have you. And he's like, all right.
No, I feel like he respected Kagami. Like I felt like in the beginning he's like, yo, this guy can't touch me. But then when he finally awakened the zone, he's like, okay,
he destroyed it.
They're playing at that high level.
He destroyed them when they were playing for the shoes.
He did.
Yeah, like I think that's what made the respect real in that situation of the game, because Aomine is the better player, but Kagami just played his heart out.
Well,
it was at that moment. I actually did want to transition into.
I do, because he put in the work, dude. I don't know a lot of people that are grinding as hard as Kuroko did.
He was grinding out there with Aomine.
Plenty of times where they caught on to his tricks and he was worthless. They ejected him out of the game.
And he came back, dude. They said, be ready. We're going to need you to win this game. And they always did need him to win the game. Kagami knew.
He delivered.
Kagami knew he wasn't winning without Kuroko. He knew it. He's like, yo, you got to figure something out while you're on the bench. So when you come back in, we win this game.
And then the game where he was like, you know what, I have to do it all by myself. He got trashed. He got like fucked up.
Akashi destroyed him. He needed Kuroko to win that game.
Wait, they won games without Kuroko?
What game did they win?
I don't think they won games without Kagami.
He blocked that shot in the Yosen match. He made the game-winning shot against Kisei. They needed him against Akashi. Kagami was like, I'm going to take him one-on-one. And then he's like, yo, you got to give up on trying to beat him without me.
Matt, this is how you know your point is garbage. Let me tell you why. Let me teach you. Okay. I know this is your show, but let me teach you.
No, you can definitely try.
Replace anybody on the generation of miracles with Tetsu, and what happens?
What do you mean? You got to explain yourself. You got to come back. I don't understand the question.
Take any member of the generation of miracles, replace them with Tetsu, and what happens to Seirin's team?
So you
lose or do they win?
So you mean take Tetsu off of Seirin and replace him with another generation of Miracle?
Replace him with Midorima. Replace him with Aomine. Replace him with Kisei.
Wait.
So Kagami's still on there?
Yes.
Okay, that I actually did want to transition into another point. What combination of two players do you think would be the best? If you were picked 2 out of the 6 players and put them on the same team, what 2 would be the best, and they would beat like any other combination of the 2?
Kuroko and Aomine, 100%.
Bullshit. Midorima and
what if you had Midorima and Kuroko, dude? He's dishing them the passes from anywhere on the court.
Bro, Aomine's drive will shut down Midorima.
Midorima and Aomine. 100%.
Actually, you know what? Maybe it depends. At the end, I might take Kisei and Aomine. Because this motherfucker can copy everyone's ability, and I get like the second best dude on the team, Aomine, is golden.
I think you need Kisei in the winning combination. And I might even say Kuroko because that's like the only guy I wasn't copying.
You guys are delusional.
Kisei's got every power, and then Kuroko can just find him anywhere on the court.
That is true.
He'll copy whoever he needs to once he gets that golden pass. Because you already know Kuroko is going to set him up better than anyone. Like if
you guys just expose yourself.
Inbound the ball to Kuroko, he's going to find Kisei better than anybody's going to. And then Kisei, whatever position he's in, does he need to copy Midorima for the 3? Does he need to do what Aomine does? Does he need to jam it like Murasaka Bar? I think that might be it.
Do you guys know anime?
The only reason.
See what happened when they put all the pressure and all the ball in Kisei's hands the entire game? Did you see what happened? Do you see what happened?
He had that injury. I'm talking if he's healthy. I think he.
That's because they kept pushing him. He was the only one on the team who was giving his all every play.
Did you see the bonus episode? The very last episode, where they're all playing.
I saw the last episode.
Yeah, where they're playing like 3 on. Where it's Kuroko's birthday and they're playing the 3-on-3 basketball.
Yes, I did. I saw.
Yeah, dude. Kisei had this amazing shot where he like bobbled it up in the air and then he like shot a 3 from half court, and then Aomine was like, that was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. He even like kind of bowed down to Kisei.
Sure, Akashi was the only one who was on all.
Yeah, he won every
game.
Yeah, which that was kind of like his theme of like never losing.
I mean, I would throw Akashi in there, but again, he just disappointed me. Like, I understand, like he's the top goon, he's the captain.
You do Akashi and
in my opinion, huh?
You do Akashi and Aomine. That'd be hard to beat.
No, I think you have to put Midorima in there, and the reason I say that is in real life, you have a player that can shoot from anywhere on the basketball.
Kisei can do that.
Court.
He can't do it for the whole game, though.
He can't do it for the whole game. Midorima
5 minutes.
That cat is deadly. He's an assassin. All right. If you put that player on the field, it automatically opens up the floor because one guy has to stay on him and know that if he gives him any sort of space, it's over. And so then you put a guy like Aomine on the court who can dissect, an entire team by himself. You've got a double threat that's just like, all right. But my point is, and I don't want you to get away from this too far away.
You don't think Kagami going to shut them down? He proved the whole show. I don't put Kagami in my top 3, but he like proved the whole show that he like shut them all down. He was the one that kept winning.
Yeah, but I feel like he'd be easy to outsmart.
Well, here's the thing:
you take Kuroko off that
one
team.
Of them. Well, nah.
What was it? Because there was 2 of them.
One of them at a time.
That's probably what it was. It's because there was 2 of them.
He only had to fight 1 generation of miracles at a time. If he had to fight 2, he wouldn't have stood a chance. With Kuroko, he could have had 5 Kurokos. He wouldn't have stood a chance. And I don't want you to get away from that, Matt, because you try to tell me that Kuroko clips the entire generation of miracles, but you can't tell me one situation where you replace him with another generation of miracles and Sari doesn't win it all. You can't do it. I encourage you. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I don't know.
So if it's like Kagami and Aomine on the same team.
Yes.
Maybe Kuroko.
What happens?
Midorima, Kuroko, and Kisei. Like those are going to be some good. That's going to be a good team.
Matt, you don't believe that.
I do.
You know that the whole show they're talking about. Yo,
Dude, I saw
I know
Kuroko put in
Shadow.
the most work. He put in more work than
Uh,
anybody,
re-
and I saw the
replace-
results. I saw the results. He won.
Replace
Matt.
Kuriko with what? Murasaki Bara. Replace him with him. I don't think that team makes it and wins the finals.
Kagami and
point is
Murasakibara.
no. The point is not you replace Kuroko with another team and they win. It's you guys are saying Kuroko's this irreplaceable, like he's the top goon of the generation of miracles.
He united
Everybody
the
else
team
was
around
subpar
him.
to him. Huh?
No,
You know-
we're just saying that he's the best supporting character, and him plus one other guy
No.
from the Generation of
No.
Miracles is going to beat everybody else.
Run the tape. Matt did not say he was the best supporting character. Run the tape. He said he was the best member of the Generation of Miracles.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Run the tape.
I don't know if he said that.
Probably Kisei. I think at the end of the show, Kisei is the best.
All right, what did you say about Kuroko? Because we got.
He was the best team player.
Yeah, he's the best. Like
Don't edit.
on a team of two, I feel like Kuroko has every right to be in the conversation. You're gonna pick two players. He could definitely be one of them. Pair him up with Midorima.
You're switching up. I'm glad we have it on tape. But my point is this:
I'm gonna edit it, but I'll
he's-
try and leave it to.
leave it in because I want people to reference that.
I don't even know if I said what you're saying. I said the.
Hey, we got it on tape.
We
My
do.
thing is, it's not. Yo, we do a trade, and does the other team do well with Kuroko on it? That's not the thing. I'm saying that he was a replaceable character. You could like he wasn't that good. He wasn't somebody who
Very
just
good.
made Serene great. And my point for that was you put Aomine on the team. You put Midorima on the team. You put any of those jokers on the team, they crush every team.
Wait,
I don't even think it comes
You're
close.
saying with Kagami
Whoa.
or without Kagami?
Oh, go ahead, Matt.
Are you saying
with Kagami? Yeah. No, you only take out Tetsu from the picture. I don't care where Tetsu goes. Like,
Okay.
we're disregarding that. We're
So
just saying, if
who you
replace
putting on there?
him- No, any of the Generation of Miracles, even Murasaki Bara.
So
You put
Kagami
him
and
on that
Murasaki
team?
Bara, and then put Tetsu. Tetsu's on his own team with no one else. Is that what you're saying?
The point is, Tetsu is irrelevant. Like, he could be on any other team, and we
He's
forget about
not
him.
irrelevant.
Like, no, I'm just saying.
Only
I'm
one
just saying,
character's name is in the title.
Hey, look, I'm just saying that if you would have replaced them with any of the members of Generation of Miracles, I believe that Serene wins all the games that were close, all the games that were exciting as an anime to watch. They win those games by incredible margins.
I feel like if you did the same thing but replaced Kagami with anybody from the Generation of Miracles, the same thing happens. Kuroko and Aomine dominating. Kuroko and Kisei dominating. Kuroko and Midorima dominating. You put a Generation of Miracles on that
Kuroko
team
and
and take
Akashi.
everybody else off, they're gonna run the table.
That's why I was changing it to just what's the best two-man combination out of the six.
I don't think that's true. I think because I think this is what you guys are forgetting. The reason Kuroko had to go to Serene in the first place was because the Generation of Miracles weren't using him. With the exception of Kisei, they didn't want him.
I don't think
He
Midorima
said he
felt
didn't
that
like
way.
their style of basketball.
Midorima and Kisei kept going to practice, so I want to say Midorima probably respected him too.
No, Midorima, like when they first played, he's like, yo, your style of basketball will never win. He straight up said that. I verbatim. He said, your style of basketball will never win. And then they beat him.
But it did win.
I remember it exactly. He said it.
It did win though.
I know, but Midorima straight up said, he said, your style of basketball, and I quote, your style of basketball will never win, at least in the dub. I'm a dub guy, But anyway,
He did say that.
with the exception of Kisei, none of the Generation of Miracles wanted him. So I'm pretty sure he had to go to Serene because of that situation.
I don't know. I would say it was never explicitly said that Akashi didn't want him. I feel like Akashi still wanted him on the team.
He found his replacement.
He did find his replacement. See, he knew he needed a Kuroko. He was like, you know what? Let me get the Kuroko 2.0.
No, I don't think Akashi disrespected him. I'm just saying that the whole thing behind the Generation of Miracles splitting up was they wanted to see which style of basketball would be the best. Like, I think they could have doubled up and all that stuff, but I think they split up because they wanted to see which style was the best. So when you think about it that way, I'm not really thinking about Kuroko. I'm just thinking about the fact that you guys are saying Kuroko is this big difference maker, but I'm thinking that if you put any of the generation of miracles on that Serene team, they win huge. Now, your rebuttal to that was saying, well, if you put Kuroko on any of their teams, they all win big. And I'm not sure if that's true.
That's what I'm saying. If you trade Kuroko to another team, like what's is that other team not going to stand a chance? Is that what you're saying?
I think he's a liability on defense. I think
he got a lot of steals.
He was leading.
I think the reason why he
led the league in steals, I think.
Possibly, but I'll say this. I think the reason why he improved so much was
had a nice block too.
Due to the fact that Kagami was there. I don't think he would have improved that much.
It's a team Kagami game. That's what I'm saying. What's the best two-man combination? It's a team game.
Well, no, but you have to take into account the fact that Kuroko only developed the vanishing drive and that horrendous shot that he developed because he was playing with Kagami.
Because he put in the work. I don't think it was because of Kagami.
But he only did it because of Kagami.
Nah, he was putting in that work since day one. He was doing that in middle school. Aomine came up and played with him, but he would have been playing with him.
No, he wasn't. Matt, you don't know your anime because I could have sworn I said Aomine said all those years and you haven't improved a bit or changed a bit or whatever he said. I don't remember. I remember
he got better because of Akashi.
Nah, he learned how to fit into a team better because of Akashi, but he never actually improved his skill. That's what Aomine, like, I don't remember the exact quote, but I remember that Aomine, like, the reason why he developed the vanishing drive was because Kagami, but also because Aomine said, you haven't improved in all this time. And then to the point that Kuroko even went to Aomine to say, yo, can you help me improve?
All right.
Teach me how to shoot.
You're dealing with a legend here, Matt. You got to get your facts straight because I'm coming for you.
I'm dealing with the ignorant entrepreneur. But
it's the ignorant entrepreneur on the show. We changing the vibes, okay? Aomine disrespected Kuroko. He said, yo, because, Kuroko, he was feeling good. He just beat Midorima, but he lost to Aomine the first time. And Aomine said, yo, you didn't improve.
I do put him at number 2. I guess I never gave out my list. It's Himuro, Aomine, Kisei. But are there any side characters you want to talk about? There's that guy that can rebound really well. There's I actually did like the captain of Kaijo.
That was actually another weakness of the show. The supporting characters were forgettable.
I liked him. I remember Kisei was talking junk to the captain, and he was pretty much like, yo, I don't care who you are. I've been with these boys longer. You're on my team now. you gotta respect that. We've been here, and this is our team, not you, not just you. It's not just about you.
He did put him in his place for that.
And then he called him Kisei of Kaijo instead of he said that Kisei said he liked being called that.
I think the most memorable supporting character was either Four Eyes on Serene with the
Hyuga. Yeah.
Clutch shooter.
Yeah, I thought he was very memorable, and I thought Kiyoshi, like Iron Heart.
For sure. Yeah, Kiyoshi was great.
He got me fucked up.
Go on, Bruce.
Heizuki.
Was he like the bully guy?
Yeah, with the cornrows.
Yeah.
And he like took Kisei's girl, and then Kisei didn't even. He's like, yo, I had all the girls. Like I didn't even notice one was gone.
I mean, he definitely said that to like get under that dude's skin. That was not the case when his girl got stolen.
I think Kisei was actually like more upset that he lost the basketball game than the girl left.
Oh yeah. Well, wasn't it? It was only a scrimmage in the gym. It was like a 1-on-1.
It's for the starting spot though, and he got embarrassed a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, that dude had to get beat. That dude, like, he had to go.
I was just seeing if there's anything else. Oh, we didn't talk about like the zone at all.
Yes, and we need to talk about that.
The zone was dope.
Midorima didn't even go in the zone.
Yeah, he was the one guy that never went into the zone.
I don't even know what he would do. He's already making the threes.
Yeah, that's what I was always.
He could do some James Harden type stuff where he does like the step backs.
Yeah, my only thought was he would be able to do like fadeaways and like.
Yeah, he would dribble better because he could also dribble.
Not even just like fadeaways. He could literally like just like start driving on the the sideline and like jump out of bounds and do like a hook shot and it goes in. Like he just like doesn't even have to be on the court and he can make.
Well, the problem is Aomine kind of already like
Yeah, the
christened that.
formless shot, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
had this crazy shot in the Kisei match where like literally everyone just like stopped and like the whole arena got quiet. He like literally bricked it off the backboard like as hard as he could and it went straight in.
oh, like his like where he just throws
Yeah,
it like that. Like,
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that was dope.
I had to rewind that like at least 5 times because I didn't even know what he did. I was like, what just happened?
he did that against Serene too. But I think the most impressive thing was the move that Kisei copied of his, where you drive by the defender and then you go up for the layup, but then you catch the contact from behind and you throw it up like that.
Oh yeah,
and hit it.
that
When
that
that
was
happened, bro,
dope as fuck.
I was like, no, he didn't just copy that move. Because I
Yeah.
saw when as soon as he got by him, and then they did the close up where he's going up, and Momoi says, "No, I mean they don't." And he throws it up. I was like,
I would say I like the parallel shot when he was like close to the ground and he just throws it up, but he's like parallel while he's shooting it.
Oh yeah, he's like fading
Oh,
back as far
yeah,
as
he's
possible.
Yeah,
Kisei couldn't block it.
oh, like yeah, like
he's like that, and he just like
yeah, that wouldn't work in real basketball, but it is cool as a concept.
you would not be able to land back on your feet after you did that.
No, just the power that it takes to go like from that position and the accuracy of hitting that shot. There's a reason why I've never seen an NBA player do that.
They would have to land on their back. I don't know how Aomine didn't like land on his back.
Well, I'm telling you, even just the power. Like, can you imagine the power involved in like go leaning back and shooting a shot? The whole reason you jump up while you shoot a shot is because it gives you enough power to hit the shot, and it gives you like of course
He was
that
kind of
edge
yoked,
over
dude. I mean, he was pretty buff.
But he made sure he did it from like the free throw line distance. So
even still, I'm just saying there's a reason why nobody in real life does that.
that shit would get blocked if
Yeah,
try to
yeah.
do
Like
that.
you would just be like, okay, you're gonna bend down. I'm just gonna reach over and block it. Like,
There any other Rakuzan guys that you like in the final matchup? The Uncrowned Kings.
um
the dude who could dribble hard,
Yeah.
that was dumb to me.
Oh, I thought that guy was kind of cool.
Let me use one finger. Let me use two. I'm like, dog, just dribble the ball. What are you talking about?
Dude, did you see how he dribbled? Like a freaking lightning bolt came out.
he was dope with it. But when they figured him out, he was useless in the game as well.
The black guy, he served no purpose. I don't even know what his uncrowned power was.
That
He
is
was
true.
he
Like,
was just the
strong.
strongest.
All right. And I think there was supposed to be another uncrowned king, but he again forgettable.
The
There was a great
the
guy that was supposed to
flamboyant
be-
shooting guy.
Oh yeah.
It's like
I don't
kind of
even remember him.
He's kind of feminine. He did the heaven and the earth and then the void shot, like where you
Oh,
like
that's
could
the dumbest-
where you like
that's the
I thought
dumbest
that
thing I've
one
ever seen.
I thought that one. If I'm gonna rag on the show, I thought that was dumb. Like they're like these guys can't even jump when I shoot my jump shot.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I looked at that crazy.
Their
Even when they
knees get
gave the
locked up.
explanation why they couldn't jump, it still didn't really make that much sense.
Yeah, it was like their knees get locked up or something from going down and up too quick. I was like, it didn't really make sense.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I thought that like the final match, I thought that was like kind of underwhelming because
Yes,
that
I'm
one
glad
that one wasn't in my top 3. I like the Yosen match, which you guys didn't care for as much, and then we all agree Aomine Kisei. And then just when they individually play Seirine, like Aomine versus Seirine, Kisei versus Seirine, like I think those are all the best.
My number 2 was
Yeah.
still Shotoku versus Seirin the first time they faced each other.
The one where they beat him.
Mm-hmm. Although the one where they tied was actually pretty cool as well. I just think the like meeting Mitorima for the first time and then seeing that match added to the hype of it. Like it was
Yeah,
like,
'cause
damn, this guy
he
can't
really
miss a
said-
shot.
Yo, did Kuroko block Mitorima in that shot in that
No,
match
no,
that they
no,
won
don't-
too? He's
don't
always
disrespect
getting the
Mitorima like that.
game-winning blocks, blocking all the
No,
generation.
no.
tackles, draining
Don't
jumpers in
disrespect-
their face. He had
Matt,
the alley oop. He had the
Matt.
alley oop to Kagami, and Kagami
Matt.
slammed it.
Matt,
Aomine actually blocked Kagami. The shot went all the way
Matt.
back, and then Kuroko threw it back. He's like, "No, we win in this."
Don't ever disrespect Midorima like that. Kuroko never blocked him. He intercepted a pass. That's all.
No,
he
I'm
did.
pretty sure Kagami like
Or he slapped it out of his hands.
No, he
like,
he pumped. Yeah, he slapped it out.
yeah.
He pump faked, and Kagami went and for the block, and he's like, "See, I got you on that fake." And then Kuroko's like, "But I'm right here," and he blocked.
He didn't block the shot. He never got it up. He just took it from him.
That's almost even worse, dude. He blocked him so bad that he didn't even get a chance to shoot.
No, it wasn't even a block. He wasn't in
Yeah,
position.
he's like
deflection.
you're not even getting started.
It was the deflection. That's what you call it. Don't disrespect. Midorima is not Makasubara. Like he's not. No, not the same.
Which is crazy because that dude was clearly like twice Kuroko's size.
He couldn't jump. He was like his knees were out. He turned into Kiyoshi at the end of the game. He like, my knees.
Bruh, this dude Kiyoshi talking about yeah, I skipped rehab because I want to play with you guys for one more year. And I only want to play with you guys. It doesn't matter me going out of college and playing basketball. I was like, bro, ain't no fucking way.
He
Like,
probably
the
wouldn't
dude-
have lasted, dude. Unless he's like
No.
Gordon, unless he's like Gordon Hayward and like recovered from a shattered leg. But
Bro, they said if he took a year rehab, he would be back fully healthy in the show. And then he was like, I decided not to do the year in rehab because I want to play with you guys because this will be my last chance. And I was like, yo, what are you talking about?
He was there for the friendship and the teamwork.
No, I respect that. Because Chris, you've never played high school basketball, but
I haven't either.
For anybody that's played high school basketball, you know that for most guys, that's your last time playing competitive basketball, like in that setting that people actually care about.
Except when I back down.
That would be the case if he wasn't good enough to play in college. But we all know that he would have been good enough to play in college. He
I
was
don't know about
Ironheart.
Dude,
He was
I don't
the
think
crown king.
I don't think you're familiar with like college basketball in Japan, but from my understanding, it's not quite like college basketball here. I don't even think most colleges have a basketball team, to be honest there. So again, I think that he knew that it was going to be his last time playing basketball, like competitively to that level. And after that, he's just going to get off this job, after school. So he's like, yo, let me put it all out on the line because I love this fucking high school game so much. And that's what he did.
Yeah, so it's like the basketball he would have been playing afterwards if he did rehab. It's gonna be like some blacktop stuff with like his friends.
Yeah,
No,
that's just the culture of Japan.
It would have been another year at that same high school. He still had eligibility. He just wanted to play with those specific set of teammates for that 1 year.
No, I thought he was a like third year.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he may have been a second year. You may be right, Chris.
No,
no, wait. Was he? No, he was probably a third year actually.
All right, I got the character list.
Did you guys watch the movie?
I did not.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I fell asleep during the movie. The
movie was not anywhere close to the same level as the show. It was cool seeing them all play on the same team because they do all team up to play this against these Americans. But the Americans, like, they were the most forgettable characters ever. It wasn't interesting. It was only interesting to like see them all on the same team. And then Akashi did this thing where he like went back to the Emperor Eye Akashi because he was getting messed up. But then he somehow combined the ideas. He's like, yo, we don't have to be like separate entities. We can actually like work together. And then he like ascended to be like one of the best players on the court. But I would say it was like a 6 or below, whereas I would give the show like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear too much buzz around it. I think Kiyoshi is a third year. I could be wrong, but I don't really see it explicitly on the wiki.
I don't see it as well. Yo, he was only 6'4". Damn.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is Japan, but I don't fault Kiyoshi for that effort. Even if he did have another year after. Okay. If he had another year after, I'm with Chris. It might have made sense to just wait because they were all a team of first and second years other than that. So they would have only gotten better in that time. I felt. But if that was his last year, it made perfect sense why he wanted to play. That happens all the time.
I agree with that. If it was his last year, let me let's see what year.
Or it may have been, had he gone through with the rehab, it would have taken an extra year and he wouldn't have been able to play. I think that was probably like the story. I think there was some urgency to it where that would have been his last time to really play. I also
That
want
could
to,
have been it.
yeah, I think that was it. I also want to say that the coach, she was not a really good supporting character, and don't tell me otherwise because none of you guys have mentioned her at all through this whole thing.
Oh no, it was a knee injury sustained during his first year. So he would have been, that was the second year that he came back.
Yeah, I guess none of us brought up Rico.
Oh wait, ooh, no,
I even brought up Kasamatsu before I brought up her, that the Kaijo captain.
Yeah, I didn't really like her. I mean, she was decent. She was all right.
She was okay in the beginning, but she served no purpose at the end. She didn't make any plays for them.
I like
can't remember a
Momoi
single
better.
time where she did play.
Yeah,
Momoi was at least doing her research and doing like analytics and like.
Yeah, like why didn't they have her call any plays for them? Like that would have been like, okay, she's like doing something. But
she just made substitutes.
That was
yeah.
It.
And the sub's not hard. It's like, when Kuroko's turning the ball over and being garbage, which would really be all the case if he was playing in America, because you don't lose sight of your player unless you're LeBron occasionally, but LeBron is the GOAT. And so I give him that a little bit, especially in his 19th year. He's we afford him leeway on the defensive end.
That's true. I agree with
but
that.
Yeah, which goes towards my Kuroko point. Like, he had to be subbed out. Like, Generation of Miracles, they could play the entire game pretty much, with the exception of
the only thing that matters is those last 5 minutes. If you go 0 for 10, but you make the buzzer beater, people only remember that buzzer beater.
And I'll also say that they even said in the show, like, this was really Kuroko's pretty much last chance, because like once he, especially against, I think it was Shitoku, where I think it was against Murasaka Sakibara's team, where he, instead of like diverting attention, he brought attention to him. And they said the next time they play, like, he won't be able to use his misdirection.
That was against
Yosin.
No, I think it might have been in the very first match against Aomine. They said they were like, he was like throwing the kitchen sink at it on the very first game of the tournament.
That was the first match. He had to
could
do
be
that.
Right.
The misdirection overflow. I think it was that.
Yeah, you could be right. And so that's another reason why Kuroko is going to be not an effective player. Like, you guys are picking like Tim Tebow, and I'm picking, not.
Not
I'm picking the guy that's going to be there.
No, we're picking Steve Nash. We're picking Steve Nash.
He's like Rudy. I don't know if you guys seen that movie. The guy on Notre Dame who like sits on the bench like the whole time he's there.
Dude, he's a scrub. All right, I just gotta say he's a scrub. Like, he wouldn't
he brought the team together.
Hey,
there's a reason why.
Only one of the
like Kuroko exists.
Only one of the Generation of Miracles has a title, and well, I guess Aomine won that less significant tournament in the first.
But who won MVP?
Didn't Kuroko win MVP?
I mean, I'd probably give it.
I don't think there was an MVP.
I'd give it to.
But if there was an MVP, it would have to go to Kagami.
Yeah, I'd give it to Kagami.
Now, if they had to choose an MVP,
it's not that you just could. My man's never hit a double-double, a triple-double. Not a double-double, triple-double. My man's never scored over 10. He never had any other stats to speak of. Maybe steals. He might have led the league in steals.
He definitely could have had like 10 steals, 10 assists, and that would be pretty hard to do.
Okay, I'll give you that. He probably had the assist. He may have had the steals. I don't think he had that many, but anyway, you got Kagami. He definitely had over 10 rebounds, probably every game. He definitely had over 10 points every game, and what are you going to give? I mean, Kuroko, he had donuts for games.
I mean,
there were games he didn't score at all.
who had a better stat line? The person that has 10 rebounds and how many points you said he has? 10 points.
Over 10 points. Look,
Himuro did tell Kagami to become the number one player.
and I just got to say this: your guys' whole argument falls with Kuroko being any sort of influential player because when in any sort of sport, high school level, college, professional, do we celebrate a player that gets 0 points?
Dude, he was like a Jason Kidd, a Steve Nash.
Jason Kidd.
I'm trying to remember that
They had
guy
Jason
who was
Williams.
on. Yeah, the guy on Sacramento.
Hey, look, in games that they're playing as many minutes as
Oh, whoa.
I don't remember they ever.
Draymond Green just got applauded for a couple nights ago for putting up a stat line. He had 4 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists. Applauded.
Hey, did they get the dub?
He's had games. He's probably had only 1 point or 2 points, but he still gets that double with assists.
Did they get the
But
win?
do we celebrate? Will
did.
he ever receive All-Star mention, MVP status?
Dude, I would. If I had to pick a
he has
team
a couple
of two,
All-Stars to his name.
I'd probably pick him and Kisei. Would take you down.
All right, Chris, you're the sports guy. Like you watch a lot of sports. I mean, maybe
I watch
you
a lot
have
of sports.
something there, but again, all right, Kuroko, he's not an influential player. I mean,
we're the sports guys, and you're the ignorance and entrepreneur guy.
I know the anime. All right, I'm telling you, like
you know the ignorance.
When I tell you that Kuroko was a scrub, I'm telling you he's a scrub. I also played basketball for all my life, so
yeah, he was on
that the most important stat line is the W in the column at the end of the game.
Look,
you put up 90 points.
He was on Takeo.
I'll crush your entire argument.
He's on Takeo.
I'll crush your guys'
wins.
entire argument.
He's on Sarin getting wins. He gets
Check
wins.
this out. In real life, who's a Kuroko?
I don't know anyone who's like doing a vanishing drive. That would be pretty sweet.
It's kind of hard to like.
Anyone doing the crazy
even the passing style?
He's like Lonzo Ball, maybe doing like the crazy alley oops.
Lonzo would be a good Ben Simmons.
He's not like Ben Simmons.
Well, he doesn't. He's not scoring. He has the assist.
All right.
You're gonna compare Ben Simmons, a 6'10" point guard, with the ability to drive.
That was all.
No, I'm just trying to look at NBA players that would be a similar style.
And that was like that was the top of mind. That was like one of the first ones you thought of.
No, I was just thinking of somebody
that allowed on this podcast for at least one episode, Chris, just because you said that dumb.
No, well, you have to think of a point guard that doesn't score at all. Most point guards are scoring, so your pool is already pretty small.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, tell me.
Kuroko wasn't a point guard.
Tell me a player that's like Kisei, like copying all his opponents out there. This is obviously a fictional show.
No, I actually have the perfect rebuttal for that. Kobe Bryant.
Have you seen Slam
Kobe
Dunk?
Bryant. Kobe Bryant. I just answered you, Matt. Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah, he's
what
probably
you got for me?
He's probably the GOAT. I like him. He's like Aomine probably.
No. He copied Michael Jordan's style of play. They literally have videos of them making the same move. Like in like they'll show like 1 second Michael's doing it, then Kobe. Like Kobe copied Mike.
Well, he's just the GOAT, so yeah, I'm sure he could do it.
Yeah, and players copy moves all the time. Actually, that's not such a far off concept. Like it's not like, oh, you go down the floor and do a move, and then I'm gonna copy that same move.
They probably do it like Heizeki, where they steal the move, but Kisei's got the flawless copy.
Like people definitely.
No one's out there like, oh, I saw Steph drain that three. I'm gonna drain that three just like Steph, and then they see Wiseman go up and like slam it in a dunk, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna dunk it.
No. That definitely happens. Like
there's not like one player who copies someone else's whole team.
No, like when I mean that definitely happens in basketball where like somebody goes down for like a pretty crazy three, and then somebody tries to answer them with the same crazy three. Like that definitely happens. But Steph, he completely revolutionized and changed the game. First of all, like I actually say that he's more influential than any player I've ever seen play the game, including Michael Jordan. In terms of changing the game, the entire way the game is played is completely different now. It's all about threes.
Yeah, I heard ESPN like literally just had a segment on what we're talking about, and Steph was one of the people that was brought up.
Yeah, I mean, not to say he's the best player, but yeah, I mean, what I mean to say in terms of Kisei, it's not so crazy to think of somebody copying another person's moves. Like, not to the degree, obviously, of like the crazy moves that he's copying from Aomine, because once again, nobody does the moves that Aomine does either.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else?
Well, let's see.
Yeah, I definitely had some finer talking points that I wanted to bring up, including
I don't think we ever
Takeo
finished,
middle school team.
and I don't think we finished talking about the zone either.
I mean, they all were able to do it except for Midorima and Tatsuya.
No, yeah, I mean, I thought the
And
last
Tetsu.
door was going to be. Yeah, I thought the last door. We don't even think about Tetsu, but I thought the last door was a little weak.
I did too. I thought that was weak.
None of you guys mentioned him entering the zone before. Matt
Who,
just
Kuroko?
thought about it. Yeah.
Who?
That was actually one of the things they said that, or
Well, I mean,
said,
Midorima
look,
didn't do it either.
Well, I mean, they said in order to enter the zone, you have to have like a love or passion for the game. And there was one other thing.
You just gotta be
Well,
good.
as someone who's actually entered the zone before, it's it's an actual thing.
It is an actual thing.
The zone is real. There's no doubt about it. They didn't even exaggerate it either. It does feel like you're moving at a different speed. Things are moving slow around you. Huh?
And you can't miss.
Not necessarily that. I mean, that does happen in some cases, but it's like you're just so in tuned and focused with the game that things is just moving slowly around you, and you're almost like a dominating force. Like there's like nothing that can oppose you for an amount of time. Like that does happen.
My thing is though, it said that it said there's two like prerequisites before entering the zone. One of them was like loving basketball. I forgot what the other one is, like willing to go like further than anyone else. But either way, I was surprised when he gave that explanation why Kuroko wasn't able to enter the zone. And then I get to the end and he's a dude standing in front of the second door. I was like, bruh, that was kind of weak to me.
I didn't like the door thing opening up so everybody could get a taste of the zone. I wasn't too big a fan of that.
I didn't have a problem.
Personally. Why not?
Because it was you had to like bring your team in. It like wasn't just about you entering the zone. You got to like get everyone else on the same page, and they kind of had like all the plays running through Kagami. They lifted Kagami. They opened the door for him, his teammates. You can sing.
I thought
you can
Kagami
sing.
was gonna ascend to another level. That's what I thought. I thought this man.
Dude,
Kagami
did you see?
Was gonna...
You see like all the stars around him, and the court turned black. Like he literally was like, that was like his arena. They were all playing on his court. It like turned into Kagami's court.
One word. Weak.
Hey, I mean,
yeah,
I don't think any anime I've ever seen has been perfect. There's always like some dumb shit I can point out and be like, why did they do that? Like the next one that we're gonna watch, Berserk. Like, why did they ruin the animation?
Berserk.
We'll get to that.
It's a good conversation. Yeah, Berserk is definitely a good conversation. There's a lot to talk about here.
I didn't have too much more for this show though, so.
Yeah, my only thing was that like there was a lack of a side story. Like outside of basketball, there's nothing else in the anime. Like they didn't show anything about the high school life. There was no.
That is true.
Great storyline outside.
And Hyuga's backstory, they showed him like trying to be popular or something with his blonde hair, looking like a fool.
That was him giving up basketball though, like going a different direction.
Yeah, so you got to see it.
I also thought like the American teacher was kind of just out of place and out of pocket. She was like Brittany Reiner, like trying to finesse babies out of these young stars. I don't know what she was doing.
I don't know, but I have noticed that like in watching some of these anime, every time they have like I guess like an American character, It's always like some very bad, it's a very bad stereotype, or the way they view us is very negative.
Oh, the movie was
Well,
terrible. The American characters.
I also have to ask you this, Matt, because I feel like what more? Because when you say it's the greatest anime that you've ever seen, why can't they give us more? Like, why is this? It seems like the story, like they have nothing more to give. Like they played their hand, they've shot their load. No pun
Yeah, I
intended.
feel like it ended at a great time. Like they probably could have done another season, but I mean, I would rather
What would they
want.
even do?
I mean, now that Kuriko's defeated all them, I feel like they have a sense of like, yo, we actually have to play this guy hard because I mean, like he was kind of going through the motions. I mean, he like as soon as he got to Kagami, he's like, all right, I want to school Kagami individually. I want to like go toe to toe with Kagami and show that I'm better. But I feel like they all have a sense of they all learned from Kuriko. I think I feel like they all got like a sense of, it's a team game. Like I'm not gonna win if it's just me. So they could have had some more matches after Kuroko defeated them, seeing if they got better. Because you saw Midorima, he played Kuroko twice. Kisei played Kuroko twice. I guess Ayamine did too, but I feel they could have had more matches
I don't
where
think
they
they had
played
much
each
more.
other. I feel like they could have. When did Ayamine play Midorima? Like that might have been a cool matchup. They could have had like more of the Generation of Miracles playing each other.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every episode they try to show like a new ability, like every show does when they have a new battle on their hands. And I just felt like they shot their load. I could be wrong. Like maybe introduce some new players with some new abilities and stuff like that.
They could have done what you
Uh,
said, show the high school life.
yes, yes, I thought that was a missing part of the story. Uh,
Is it the
They could
best
have
anime? I don't know,
they could have
but
got
I was definitely entertained thoroughly, and I like basketball.
I
But
also wanted to
I didn't
say,
mean to
how
cut
is
you
the
off.
generation? Oh no, you're good.
Well,
I also
I
wanted to
think
say,
Chris was
how
going to
is?
say something.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, Chris.
wait, was that?
I thought you were going to say something.
Oh no, I was saying they also could have taken a team and gone to America and played basketball over there. That would have been an interesting season.
That's kind of what the movie was, except the Americans came to Japan and they kept calling all of the Japanese people monkeys, which I like. If someone came up to me and called me a monkey, like I'd be like, what does that even mean? I mean, maybe if you like said it in a racist context, but as far as like calling me calling Japanese people monkeys or like calling them pigs or calling them some sort of animal, I was like, you you could have like better banter than that. Like I feel like when we clown on when we clown on each other, we're actually saying like clever, funny stuff, and they're just like, yeah, all you monkeys, you guys are terrible at basketball. You monk. And they would say it like
Yeah,
several
that's kind of
times.
like just racist.
They would say it several times in the same sentence too. It's like you think a monkey is going to be better than me at basketball? There's no way a monkey is. Like they just said it too many
Yeah, no,
times.
no, I'm not with that.
It was kind of lame.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
with that.
that's just kind of like their perception of us as far as like how they, I guess, how they put those types of characters in the show.
Perception of us.
As Americans.
We're not. He's not talking about us. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Americans.
As being like saying dumb stuff because their insults were pretty dumb. I thought they would have something clever.
I still would watch the movie.
I
I'll
mean,
say that. I'll still watch the movie.
it was good for one watch. I'm never watching it again.
Got you. And I also wanted to ask you guys, how is the Generation of Miracles impacted by Kuroko's basketball ultimately?
Yeah, I feel like afterwards they realize they got to do something different. They're all like, next time we play, I'll beat you. And it's because they're going to change up their game. They're not going to come at them with the same approach. They're going to use their teammates. They're going to start practicing. You saw Ayamine's like, yeah, I'm going to actually go and start practicing again.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I feel like at the end they all discovered they actually enjoyed playing basketball and love it, and so that pushes them to like continue to get better.
Even
Murasaki
Heizuki,
Bara.
even Heizuki, he didn't throw his shoes away.
That is true.
Yeah, I think Midorima was, and that goes to why I like him so much. He was one of the greater examples of that. He definitely implemented Kuroko's basketball into his game with passing.
Oh yeah,
He was down for the cause at the end.
That was cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then My last question, I don't know if you guys had any more, was Kuroko's style of basketball right and the others wrong?
I mean, he
Um,
won. There was I think there was even a line. He's like, I forget who said it, which is unfortunate, but it was like, if you want to push your convictions, you have to win. Like you can't
I
just
feel like
be out
something.
here. You can't be out here saying stuff and then not like have the results to back it up.
Sounds like something Aomine would say. I could be wrong.
I think it might have been him. He was because Kuroko was saying, I mean, like they would be talking in the middle of the match. He was like, "That's all good, but like if you don't win, it doesn't mean anything."
Okay.
And Kuroko was a winner.
Yeah, I thought overall the show was fairly decent. No, I'm not going to say fairly decent. I thought it was a great show.
Yeah, I was gonna say like before we even started recording, and I told you how much I liked it. You were like, "Yeah, yeah."
Yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show. The only knocks against it I have is the experience outside of the court, and then I thought the final game should have been better. I don't think
Yeah, I
Akashi
would.
really was the great guy they were building up to be, like the great villain last member.
I personally would have enjoyed Aomine versus um, Kagami and Kuroko in the last match.
I think that would have been a greater show as well.
Well, they got paired up in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, which was good, but I just feel like if we had that match at the end,
Yeah, I would agree.
if you literally switch those matches, like Akashi's the first one, and you put that match without Mine at the end, like to me, the show ends on a better note. And
I
then it
feel
ends
like
with him giving him the fist bump, and he's like, "All right, for leaving me hanging for all those years."
I liked Iamine's commentary throughout the show after he was eliminated. I also liked Himuro's commentary throughout the show after Yozen got eliminated.
They could have done the same commentary with Makashi.
But
I don't think that
Akashi
way.
never loses. He in the bonus episode he even didn't lose. His only loss was he was always winning in shogi against Midorima. He just never lost at anything.
Which is very interesting because I remember them
I
asking
did
that.
like when Murasaki Bara was crying.
Did he cry? After he lost?
Yeah, I did like that because
I mean,
it was actually kind of
Kasamatsu and Kisei were crying when Kaijo lost.
well. The reason why Murasaki Bara's hit me so much was because Aomine said the criteria for going into the zone was a love for the game, and Murasaki Bara up until that point didn't really have that love for the game. But at that moment, that one moment, we kind of realized, oh, he did love it. And then when he cried afterwards, it was like, oh, okay, this guy, he's putting on a front. I did like that part.
He was still kind of like an airhead though. So
In the movie, he breaks his arm on the court, and then he tries to keep playing, but they take him out for one of because they have all 6 generation of miracles. They put one of the other ones, but it was pretty badass. He's like, no, I'm gonna keep playing, and his like arms like shatter.
I could see it. Like it showed me that he actually had heart.
to be fair though, he does seem like the odd man out if you had to have all 5 of the generation of miracles on the court.
I think
Yeah,
I think you guys are disrespecting him too much.
No,
Dude,
I'm not disrespecting him.
If he played that whole game, Yozen wins easily. If he played
see,
offense,
that's the thing. I feel like if they faced any of the generation of miracles and they actually played the actual game for the entire game, they would have won.
I think they had
Like
the best team because
Yozen?
they said they said Himuro was like the second ace.
Bro, if Yozen would have went against Akashi's team, he would have destroyed him by 50 points.
Yeah, because they did have those uncrowned kings. They were probably all as good as Himuro. So yeah, I could see that.
Kashi might have had the best team.
Oh, for sure,
Did?
Akashi,
Oh yeah.
but he just didn't have another ace like Kuroko on his team. This is his downfall.
Oh, that was a downfall. Two generation of miracles and 1 uncrowned king beats 1 generation of miracle and 3 uncrowned kings.
It's facts.
Yeah, so I guess to
Solid.
wrap things up, if you like basketball in any sort of capacity, if you've ever played the sport, and even necessarily if you haven't played basketball before, this is an anime that's going to have characters that have a lot of heart and passion for what they're doing, and you're going to be amazed at the skills that these people have. So you'll definitely be able to appreciate it more if you play basketball because it'll be entertaining to watch. But yeah, it's a fairly good show. Now, obviously, if you've watched this far, we spoiled a lot of stuff for you, but you probably didn't really know what we were talking about anyway. So, Matt, I don't know if you wanted to cut that part out. That was just
No, that was pretty good. Rob closing out the show for us. But
Yes.
um,
Highly
I-
recommend to watch it.
I actually did discuss this with two of my coworkers that like anime, and they're not into sports at all. And one of them actually was like, "Yeah, Kuroko's basketball is a really good show." So you don't even necessarily have to like basketball because he was saying the fact that they had like powers made the show interesting for him.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Well, as always, thanks again for checking us out, and we'll come at you with I think we're gonna watch Berserk next time. But take it easy till then.
Sounds good.
Have you seen Slam Dunk?
I have heard of that anime.
Okay, I watched like 3 episodes of it while I was waiting for Chris to finish up. It's like a '90s anime. The main character, honestly, which you might even like this based off this explanation, the main character seemed like Kuwabara if he played basketball. He's just like this, this not very smart guy getting in fights in high school. Has the same red hair, like the same haircut. So it's like Kuwabara playing basketball. But
Kuwabara?
Yeah,
From,
from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
And just
I got you.
picture him like playing basketball. That's what the show reminded me of. I watched like 3 episodes, but they didn't really have like the powers or anything. I think it's more like a legit basketball.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Thinking about Kuwabara playing basketball.
Dude, that's
Kuwabara,
dude. Like the very first few episodes, he's like getting in fights, and then he immediately has like a crush on this girl, like he did with like Yukina and Yu Yu Hakusho. He like immediately starts like going like head over heels for this one random girl who like isn't really looking his way. So it just reminded me of Kuwabara. But yeah, I didn't watch that show either, but I did see some videos when I was looking around on YouTube, people trying to compare the show, and most of the comment sections I saw actually liked that Slam Dunk show better, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of this one. So anyone in the comments want to add to the debate, try and convince us to check it out, go for it.
Yes.
Let me know if you guys think when you see
that.
that Matt lied about his comment saying that Kuroko was the best player. I want you to go in on this man and let him know why he
What was
was
the
completely
lie?
wrong. Kuroko is not the best of the generation of miracles.
I probably just said he was the best supporting character, like best teammate.
All right, we're gonna run it back.
I definitely remember him saying he was the best team player.
I'm gonna timestamp it. I'm gonna watch this over and I'm gonna timestamp it.
Fair enough.
Down for it.